What's up, my little napkins? Welcome back. Today I found 2 stories from r/IDontWorkHereLady and 1 from r/malicious compliance. Let's get right into it. You want to lose $100? Alright, sign here. I work in accounting and my assistant is out on this particular day, so I'm working on invoicing. While doing invoicing, I come across a work order that has a higher expense amount than invoice amount. Realizing we'll be losing $100 on the job instead of at least breaking even, I decided to question the project manager, Chad, about it. Me: hey, I noticed this job has an anomaly. Can you explain it to me? What are you talking about? See the expenses? They reach a higher total than the amount you want me to bill for. I want to see if that was a mistake or... No, it's right. If that's right, we're going to lose money on this job. You won't get commission and... I'm telling you it's right. Chad then rips the papers from my hand. See? We charge a 20% markup right here. He points to the wrong spot and has the audacity to look smug. See? It's fine. I calmly take the papers back and show him the 2 amounts side by side. I see that, but you didn't account for that over here for the billing amount. The total billing amount is less than that. Look, it's right. And I don't have time to explain it to you. Just do it and stop bothering me. No problem. Can you just initial here so when our boss asks me why this job is invoiced so low, I can... Sure, fine, whatever. He signs his name next to the billing amount. Now get out of my space. I go back to my office and invoice the too low amount. I send it off, fully knowing that this was going to backfire, and kept all backups and copies handy for when it did. Next Monday, I have my boss in my office. The invoice in question is in his hand. Hey, you did this invoice wrong. He shows me the invoice. Actually, if you look at the backup, Chad told me that was the invoice amount. I show him where Chad signed off. I'll be right back. He left my office. Roughly an hour later, I get called into the boss's office. Chad is there looking uncomfortable, and my boss is on the phone. He waved me inside and I sat down. The boss: alright, we're all here. Now OP, please explain this to me. I noticed that the expenses on the invoice were higher than the billing amount. Chad told me that numbers were fine and just do the invoice. Hear that, Tex? Tex is the subcontractor we're using this job. Yep. So what are we gonna do? Only thing to do is fire them. They're either incompetent or cheating us. Either way, it's bad for business. I'm now very concerned for my job, but I sit silently. I know I don't have the whole story yet. I reckon you're right. Good luck. And don't worry about the park job. I got an opening up tomorrow I can squeeze in. Thanks, Tex. He hangs up the phone and turns to Chad. Chad has gone from nervous to mad. It's not my fault she can't do her job. You signed your name right next to the wrong amount. Now you're either working with someone in accounting over in Texas company to steal from me, or you're too stupid to work here. Which is it? Chad stands, as does my boss. I stood as well, not liking being the only person sitting. Chad says nothing. Boss: you're fired. Get your computer and leave. Boss turns to me. Go ahead and fill out the paperwork for his leave. Make sure to add that he attempted to embezzle money. I nod and leave. Chad stays there. As soon as I leave, the office explodes in screaming. I stayed in my office doing the paperwork my boss asked me to fill out. I saw Chad leave later with his stuff thrown haphazardly into his bag. That was the last time I saw Chad. A friend saw him working at a cash register at a buffet place about a month later. Turns out both my boss and Tex had agreed to lower their markups for the job, so the invoice number was still too high, not too low. But I didn't know that until after the fact when my boss had me redo the paperwork for the entire job. Someone from accounting and Tex company had altered the invoice sent to Chad, and they were planning on splitting the difference after we paid the altered bill. This next story comes in from r/IDontWorkHereLady, and it's titled, Sorry, I don't work here. So let's just say I'm very short for my age. I was at my local Target with my niece, who we'll call Diana. For a bit of context, I was coming right from volunteer work at the animal shelter. I love animals, kind of my soft spot. And I picked up Diana from her school. She wanted to go to the toy section, and I agreed to buy her something small. While I'm joking around with my girlfriend who was with us, Diana comes up to us with one of those LOL dolls. We agree it's alright for her to get it, and start walking over to the food. My girlfriend separates for us to get some vitamins. Here's where the drama comes in. Excuse me, ma'am. I turn around to see a woman with her 3 kids. Yes, a typical Karen. Oh, I'm sorry, do you need to get by me? No, I need you to tell me where the laundry detergent is. I was obviously confused because I don't even look like I worked there. I was wearing a shirt with the Todoroki on it and jeans. I'm a big weeb, not a uniform. I'm sorry, I don't work here. I think somebody who does work here is in the next aisle though. And Lemon, who is this? Get your brat to shut up. Diana and I were absolutely shocked. Diana started to cry, and my girlfriend, let's call her Remy, bends down to comfort her. Shh, Dia, it's alright. She didn't mean to hurt your feelings. What's wrong with you? I don't work here, alright? Yes, you do. Let me see your manager. I don't have a manager, ma'am. For the last time, I don't work here. At this point, an employee came over. Is there a problem, ladies? Yes. She isn't letting me see her manager. Call him over. Let me make this clear. The manager is a woman, not a man. She's on a business call, but I can get the manager already. I was helping Remy calm down Diana at this time, and the employee looked like he was about to throw the Karen into a wall. Fine, fine. Don't blame me if she kills you. The manager came walking over, clearly pissed off. What's going on, ma'am? You need to fire these two. Not you. I was talking to this young lady. I summed up what happened to the manager. I'm too lazy to write it all out. She's lying. Ma'am, I'm going to have to tell you to leave the store. Keep in mind, she had 3 kids who looked at least 10 to 15 years old each, and they looked embarrassed as hell. In the end, she left, and Diana got an extra toy. Karen, if you're seeing this, screw you. Alright, and the last and final story for today comes from r/Idontworkherelady, and it's titled, Hard Hat and Reflective Vest is apparently the new dress code for fast food employees. This happened a few hours ago. A week ago, a construction company I occasionally work for got a contract to repair a bridge over an exit off a highway. They contacted me to be a nurse on site for the crew. We started Monday and quickly found out that for coffee and lunch, somebody would have to drive 3 kilometers away to the nearest rest stop where a cafe and the Golden Arches are. Usually either me or the foreman would go during the break with all our orders. Today it was my turn. We had to break early because the crew had to work near a high voltage pylon and we were waiting for the power company. So I take everyone's order, jump in my car, and drive to the rest stop. Due to force of habit, I'm still wearing my reflective vest with first aid with black letters on the back. And I took my hard hat with me, again from force of habit. As I'm waiting on the line for the Golden Arches, the foreman calls me to say there was a mix-up with the paperwork for temporarily cutting power from the pylon. So we were shutting down for the day. They couldn't work around the pylon because it was the final part to repair. So the orders are canceled, but I decided to grab a coffee and relax a bit before heading home. I grabbed my coffee from the cafe. Mickey D's coffee is like making love in a canoe, and head to the outside tables. In order to go to the patio, I have to pass from the fast food tables. And then I hear the dreaded neck clearing and a shrill voice saying, excuse me. I keep walking and I hear it again, louder this time, and a hand grabbing my arm. I turn around and look at her arm. She gets the hint and removes it. She's in her late 40s, early 50s, with the classic haircut associated with Karen's, but with a bad red dye job. Expensive trashy clothes, big sunglasses, and thank God a mask. She stands around 5'2" to 5'3". I, on the other hand, am 6'3", wearing a blue polo shirt, jeans, safety boots, a Bluetooth earpiece, my vest, and the hat on a clip on my belt. The Arches employees wear red polos with emblem in gold on the left side, while the cafe employees wear black pants, white shirts, and brown aprons. The cast is going to be me, Karen, manager, and foreman. Karen, where is my order? Honestly, I have no idea. What? I placed it 10 minutes ago. Starting to get angry. Sorry, but I don't work here. And I try to leave. She grabs my arm again. I turn around and I'm getting a bit angry. I demand you to bring me my order. Still grabbing me. Remove your hand, I reply with anger slipping in my voice. She complies and I walk away. Karen follows me outside. This is no way to treat a customer, she shouts. I demand to speak with your manager. I already told you I don't work here. Oh, we will see about that, she says and starts yelling, Manager! Manager! Well, speak of the devil and he will appear. The manager of the Mickey D steps outside to see what the commotion is all about. At the same time, the foreman had the same idea as me and just stepped onto the patio. He sees what's happening and makes a beeline to me. He asks what happened. The manager is trying to calm Karen down, to no avail. I demand you to fire him, she screamed, pointing at me. He was rude and declined to help me. The manager looks at me, my clothes, and back at Karen. Madam, he does not work here. He has a safety vest and a hard hat, which are not part of our dress code. He's just a client like you. And he makes much better burgers than this joint, my foreman adds, making the three of us laugh. Karen looks at us, then the manager, and then stormed off. The foreman got a coffee, and we chilled for a bit before heading home. So another day, another I don't work here lady. First for the month. Edit, because a lot of people are asking in the comments, the phrase is, this coffee is like making love in a canoe. It's too bloody close to water. And at least in my country, that goes for every fast food chain's coffee, not just Mickey D's. On the other hand, their ice cream machines always work here. Well, I'll be damned. How come the ice cream machines in the US can't work all the time? I swear, every time I go to McDonald's, the ice cream machines are down. But anyway, that brings us to the end of today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed these stories. As always, if you did, smash that like button. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe for future videos just like this one.